So are wet dry vacuums worth it in 2025? That's what we're going to be talking about today. We have the UWANT D100 that was recently sent out to me for this review and test. We're going to be doing 8 different tests on the floor, carpet, wet and dry messes, a whole bunch of things. And then after that, I'm going to show you exactly how to clean this and maintain it. And the reason I want to show you that is because I want to prove to you that these things are really easy to use and even easy to clean. So with that being said, let's go ahead and change that camera angle up so I could show you all the features about this thing and get straight into those tests. All right, so we're going to make this part fast. In the box, we get an extra roller, an extra filter, cleaning solution, we have a cleaning brush, and of course a user guide. Other than that, it's just the base and then the machine itself. So you guys will combine these two pieces, they just fold into each other, and then I'll show you later how this charges, but there's some prongs right there. For the tank, we have a pretty unique design. We have a 2-in-1 tank, so the clean water stays on this side, and then the dirty water will be over here. Then that extra filter can be used up top. It's just a little easier to clean when you only have one tank. On the top here, we have a bunch of controls and even a voice that talks to us. So let's go ahead and turn this on. So I'm going to press that power button or hold it for a few seconds.
UWANT D100 at your service. Smart mode. Pause cleaning.
So it told me all the settings that we're running right now. It shows us the battery life and the sterilization. You guys could change the audio here or mute it. And then on this side, we could increase how much water or solutions actually being used. Up on the top, we have a handle that moves and you guys could lock it into place if you guys wanted to, but that's our normal power button and then settings. And when you go through the settings, you have a smart, which will automatically adjust the suction power according to the mess with sensors, or you guys could use the turbo or the dry mode. And the cool part about this thing is it actually has a heater that will dry the brush for you after you're done using it. And here's just one better look at the actual base, but once again, we'll take a closer look at that in just a moment. All right, so there's one more feature I want to show you, and it's this wheel right here. You might be wondering why in the world is there a wheel all the way up there, and it's because this can actually lay flat. So let me go ahead and show you. You can actually lay down the entire vacuum like so, and if you're going under furniture, that wheel will just help make sure that you don't scratch anything up. All right, so for our first test, we're going to be cleaning up some ketchup on the normal smart mode. So on the first pass, it did pretty good. It just left a tiny bit in the grout, but I think that'll be fine after we go over it a couple times. I could sort of hear the vacuum trying to change the actual speed based on the mess. What I'm gonna do is increase this to the max water setting and then increase this to turbo and see how it does on the grout. All right, so it did pretty good on the ketchup. Now we're gonna try just milk right on the floor on the smart mode. So far, it's doing a pretty good job for only a couple of passes. Just a little bit left in the middle, and it's almost all picked up already. And I will say, it's really convenient having the handle the way it is. At first, it was a little weird to get used to, but I'm quickly getting used to it, and I really like it now. All right, just like that, the milk's cleaned up. Let's go find something else to test this with. All right, so this time we have some red sauce down there. Let's give it a try on the same mode. And so far, I think that was probably the most impressive test. It cleaned that up like nothing. There's barely anything left. Let's go from this angle now as well. And if you guys just had hardwood floors, it would be even easier to use this. Working with grout's a little bit more challenging, but it definitely still gets the job done. All right, so for our next test, we're just gonna do soda. This one might be harder to see, but I feel like it's gonna be hard to clean up. So far, it's not leaving too much behind. All right, so after all 4 of those messes, this is what the floor is looking like. And even in the grout, almost everything got cleaned up. So I'm pretty impressed. The actual roller is starting to get a little stained, so it will be interesting to see just how well it cleans up on the self-cleaning mode. Let's go ahead and try some dry cleaning tests now with this UWANT D100. All right, so next up, we're gonna be testing this with some baby powder. And I'll show you just how close it can get to the wall, because that roller basically goes all the way to the edge. We are on the dry mode right now, but we did just clean up some messes, so the brush roller is still a little bit damp, as you guys can see, but it cleaned up that dry mess just fine. Next up, we're going to be doing another dry test on carpet. And it's doing a pretty good job at cleaning up all that baby powder that we threw on here. Let's go ahead and give it a try from this angle. All right, next up, we're gonna be vacuuming up some pet hair. So I just have it down there. Let's see how well this does and if we get any tangles. All right, now the moment of truth. Not seeing any hair on the brush roller at all, so that's a good sign. It seemed like it got the hair sucked up, and it's probably in the filter back here, and we'll take a look at that in just a moment. All right, and for our last dry test, we have baby powder, rice, and we're gonna see how well it gets under the couch. I'm gonna start over here and work our way in. And it fits under the couch, no problem. I want to show you guys something kind of funny. If I let go, it'll actually drag itself all the way under the couch for me. So it does fully fold all the way down. That's very impressive. All right, so once you're done, all you're gonna do is push it straight into here. You don't have to lift it up, and then you fold it in like so. Once you guys have it all set up, I'm gonna show you how to do the self-maintenance mode. So it's plugged in, you could tell. We're gonna press that. Now it's gonna go ahead and clean itself. And even when it's done, it's gonna go ahead and dry the brush roller off for us so that it doesn't smell later. And then I'll show you how to take out that tank and clean it up. And then we'll be basically done. It also supposedly sanitizes the water with electricity. So that's just one added feature that the UWANT D100 has that a lot of other wet dry vacuums do not have. Once again, you guys could see all of that dirty liquid that we've been collecting. All right, so once you take out the tank, all you have to do is pull up here. Now we have the debris on the top. It's gonna be pretty gross. Let's dump that out. And then we can go ahead and rinse it. All right, now we're just gonna pour the rest right out of the tank, and we're gonna give this all a rinse. It's all waterproof here. And this part right here is a deodorizing stick that should help keep that tank smelling good whenever you're done with this. All right, just like that, it's all cleaned up. Now from there, you guys could let this dry outside of the machine, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put this back in because we have some more testing to do later. But I wanna show you how you guys could remove the brush roller and clean that as well. So the base over here has a fan in it, so that's how it actually dries. It's all from this base itself. So that's pretty cool. Now let me go ahead and show you how to remove the brush roller. They made it really simple. So we're gonna lift this piece up. Now while it's on its side, press this button and it's gonna allow us to actually remove this. So give it a pull and that's the roller. And you guys could even rinse this part off if you guys have to. It's also waterproof. From there, you guys could let this dry outside, but this thing dries itself. So I'm just gonna put it all back together and let it clean on its own. So all I did there, I pushed that back into place. Now it spins. Then from there, all we have to do is set this back into place and it snaps. Now we're all good to go for its next use. So there you guys have it. That is my really quick review and demo of the UWANT D100.